Hey guys, I got a market update here for you. More so, I want to put some things in perspective. A lot of what I'm seeing being reported right now is record-breaking sales and tons of multiple offer situations, which is true, but I think it's important to understand why. So I just want to put things in perspective as best that I can. Pent-up demand. I think Vancouver's real estate market is experiencing pent-up demand, even leftover demand from 2019 into the beginning of 2020, which was a really busy market. COVID hit, everything halts, and then lockdown's over, and then people are out in full force selling and buying, right? So when I see things like record-breaking sales, there's absolute truth to that, but you need to look at the big picture. You know, March and April, nothing happened, right? There was very, very few sales, so record lows. So the people that normally would have been doing something then are doing it now. So it makes sense why the market is so busy. So, and how, you know, and knowing that there's record-breaking sales, you know, this month, last month, what you do with that information is totally up to you. You know, what that means to you is totally up to you. I mean, it'll mean different things to different people, but that's essentially why things are so busy right now. Another component to look at, like who's buying out there. You know, unfortunately, the majority of people that lost their jobs over COVID, like over the lockdown period, it was hospitality industry, retail, and they were under the age of 30. So with prices the way they are in Vancouver and Greater Vancouver for that matter, people under 30 are not the majority buyer out there or seller out there. You know, there's a very small percentage of them that might be picking up their first place, right? So the majority of people that are buying and selling out there have their careers, right? They have stable jobs, right? So that's something else to consider of like why things are as busy as they are. Mortgage deferrals, you know, I was talking a lot about this, not a lot, but I was talking to clients about it. You know, what we were wondering is when the mortgage deferral period ends, are we going to see an influx of listings and distressed sales? You know, like, because of the people that took advantage of the program, how many actually had to, and how many were just doing it to be safe, right? So what I'm hearing with a couple people that I've chatted with are that there's a incredibly high percentage of people that are now back making their mortgage payments. Like 95% and up of the people that took advantage of the program are now making their payments again, right? So, you know, seeing that influx of inventory is probably not going to happen because of this one area, right? Another thing to consider along the lines of that, I mean, a foreclosure process, it takes a while anyways. It takes 3 to 4 months. So just because the deferral period ends, the market's not going to realize any distressed sales, you know, for quite some time. And, you know, something else, you know, of those people, I was chatting with Faisal, who's a mortgage broker at RBC. I was chatting with him about the deferrals, and he was saying one thing that the banks, they might be tracking, or I don't even know if they're tracking, but one thing to consider too is of the people now that are back paying, making their payments, how are they making their payments? Like, is it off their line of credit or another loan of some sort? So how long will that last? You know, so point being, if there's anybody out there that was kind of waiting for the mortgage deferrals to end to see what might happen or if there'd be an influx of inventory, I'm now saying don't wait for that to happen. You need to do what's right for you right now, because I don't think that is going to have a big impact on the market. Types of properties that people are buying. A lot of people are looking for more space, right? You know, the burbs are doing really well. Downtown condo market is a little quiet right now. It's kind of moving a little bit slow as far as sales go. So I think people, you know, are just looking for that home office and looking for a little bit more space. You know, with you know, everyone keeping their groups as small as they can, you know, maybe having a yard or some good patio space and that sort of thing to entertain while keeping distance is what's, you know, really important to people now, obviously. So, you know, what we know is what's happening right now. You know, we can use the past to predict the future, and we can make an educated guess on what we think might happen. But if you're thinking about buying or selling, you know, the information that I think you should be making your decision on is what's happening right now. Obviously, what's happening in your life, personally, professionally, needs to be taken into consideration. I chatted with 2 different people this week. One of them, we felt it was a good idea if they waited. The other, we felt it was a good idea if they put their foot on the gas and got their place ready and list it, right? So, you know, everybody's scenario is going to be a little bit different. Gather as much information as you need to make the best decision for yourself. Obviously, I can help you with that if you like. Other than that, have a great weekend. Be safe. Stay healthy. Cheers.